What is going on, guys? Captain Deadwake here. We're gonna run through some quick testing, hopefully, of the Hull C in the 4.1 PTU. I want to say a big thanks to everybody who has, engaged with the channel early on. Both of the Hull C videos have flown over 3,000 views. That's crazy, coming from a channel that doesn't even have 100 subscribers. I have a little bit of experience in the YouTube world. I have a main account, a main channel that's just over 12,000 subscribers, getting into FSD content and such. I'm not going to accept that party invite. So I understand the challenge of getting started. So mad thanks to everybody who's in the comments, who's giving feedback, who's sharing their own personal stories around the Hull C. There's definitely interest around this boat. That is very obvious. And the main thing that I do in Star Citizen is industrial gameplay, hauling, mining. Space-Truckin really hits home for me, but I do love salvage and mining as well. That said, I am going to probably also have some combat content, mostly around protecting the very haulers and industrial players that I resonate with so well, which you might have already seen on the channel with me picking on criminals at Grimhex and such. But yeah, the whole goal here, starting in Lorville, since we're at Tisa Spaceport and close to Aorus Harbor, which is sort of my go-to hauling area, is to mess around with the Hull C and my Caterpillar, because we're supposed to have our functional elevators now, which I'm really excited about. With regard to comments in the Hull C, I saw one guy say he might have actually saw me over at Pyro when we were in-game getting that done. Feel free to hit me up in the chat, say hey if you notice I'm in here. It's not too often I'm in Global, but I'll try to be in there a bit more, especially as this channel grows. Looking forward to all the adventures to come, and hopefully we see some improvements here with the Hull C on, what am I doing? I forgot how to walk. On 4.1. I did have to recopy everything over to this account, so we're actually going to check and see if the C is in my inventory. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
It's not? Oh no. You know, I guess this kind of makes sense. The PTU is only going to probably carry over things that I've actually purchased IRL. That's kind of a bummer. So I can't do Hull C content in 4.1 yet. How much money we got? We need 1.5 mil. So this just became a hauling and a Caterpillar video. Alright. Yeah, let's go ahead and get that over here.
Welcome.
Now the loop that I like to do is actually right here around Hurston, so we don't really need to do anything to the cat. We don't need to deliver anything else either. We're good. I'll get the Taurus too. Yeah, we'll get the Taurus. Now we're at Tisa, so we need to actually get up to Aorus Harbor to do the stack of missions that I like to do. Ooh, you know what? Since we gotta head up to Aorus anyway, let's see how this works. I believe it's supposed to fully deploy now. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, no way. Oh, I've dreamt of this day. I've dreamt of this. You want to get off of it because then it needs to then close up. Oh, man. Oh? Excuse me, sir? Are you drunk? Hold up. Okay. Yep. Alright. Yep. Ladder's good. Ladder's good. Ladder's good. I swear, every time you get back into the cat, something else is broken. Okay. No weird invisible walls here. So that's weird. Oh, wait. The Jeffrey tube ladder. Is it still disappeared? Disappeared. Is it still missing? Oh, it's back! The Jeffrey's tube ladder's back! So we just have one janky ladder now. We got our tube ladder back. It was so weird. It was just gone. Just empty space. You can still go up and down just fine. But there's just no ladder there. So it was weird. It was very, very weird. Did I just get lost on my own ship? I don't think so. Nope, we're good. Here's the bridge. Alright, this time we don't have a C1 sitting on top of us, which is fantastic. I love this ship. As far as haulers go, the Taurus is technically my most used ship, but this is my second most used ship. I love the Caterpillar. Even solo, it's a great boat if you're doing hauling missions. Now, I am going to speed through this process and kind of just explain what's happening, as long as all the hauling missions are showing up properly. Oh, can I just... Yay, back off. That is so weird. Yep, that needs to be fixed. And then, whee! That was a little painful, but we're okay. Now, this is my preferred loop. It's in the members category. Ooh, I need to unlock it. Oh, we don't have any rep. New PTU. Oof. Okay, we're learning. We're learning as we go. Let's see. From Everest Harbor to Castillo. Actually, that distribution center is one of my main distribution centers. That is one of the main 4 or 5 that I go to on my loop. So yeah, I guess that's what we're doing. This is so overkill for the cat, but we're learning. Quick point as I'm running through this. It's always good to set your spawn where you plan to be working.
Hello.
Because it's a very good chance that somehow you're gonna die. And it's better not to have to run all the way back up from whatever planet you spawn on. Missions. There they are. There she is. But these elevators are moving a little faster. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, don't worry, we'll speed up this part. Alright, so we'll have a few things to keep our eyes out for, like the weird barrier that prevents you from reaching all the way into the large hangars from out here. Geez, yeah. These boxes are acting mighty strange, so we need to be careful. We're going to drop Bay 1. Alright, let's go ahead and get these. Now, this door should not have any grid space on it. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, can you still not reach these once you put them in here? Yeah, I think that's still an issue. Okay, that's fine. You know, take the wins where we can. We'll speed through this process too. Yeah, we're doing this for science. Because in theory, an elevator like this would be used like this. Say the switch is on the other side. Let's see. Alright, here we go. Oh god, oh god, oh god. What's gonna happen? Oh no! Okay, so 4 of the 7 seem to survive getting in here. That's a thing. We got 6, 7, 8, 9. All cargo accounted for. This is what we do to pretend we have friends. All the tractor beams. Now that we have all the goodies, we're going to go ahead and climb up our very messed up ladder to get up here. This is my preferred way to get to the bridge, honestly, than going through the galley and up and around. It might be roughly the same amount of time, but I like it better. While we're doing this, we can go ahead and look for Castillo. Now you have Castillo, Farnsway, Sakura and Sun, or Sakura something. Tisa Spaceport and Kovalek Center are the main ones that I've always used out here, because these main distribution centers that have internal hangars have never had an issue with me and the cargo elevator. The outside outposts have always been a problem, and I want to do some testing on those as well to see if they're getting fixed in this patch, because there's some lucrative missions if those are working. If being the keyword there. Now, sweet. I'm able to just select this. And you'll see how I fly in and everything. My stack that I initially wanted to show you guys involves 8 contracts, each of differing material, that go to Sakura, Farnsway, Kovalek's, Tisa Spaceport. And there's one more I'm missing in there. Or maybe not. Those might be the only ones. But I love the Caterpillar for the reason that I can spread everything out by mission. Since there's typically 4 spots that you're going to, I'll put everything for Spot 1 and Bay 1, Bay 2, Bay 3, respectively. And I typically fly in inverted just like this. Once we drop out of Quantum, which takes a little longer than I'd like, I actually angle up to take advantage of thinner atmosphere speeds and full boost forward. I put more power to engines. And I'll typically do this until we're roughly 12 to 13 kilometers away from it, because we'll be kind of vertically over top of it. And then I blitz down pretty much right on top. And we shouldn't have any issue getting in here. We'll see. But this just helps you take advantage of that lighter atmosphere because we're traveling at about 500 meters a second versus down in the 2s and 3s if we were already deeper into the atmosphere. There we go. We'll get our thrust vector indicator lined up. I kind of miss doing this. I haven't been over here in a while. Now, once I get under 5 kilometers, I break into SCM speeds to slow down. Perfect.
Shield system online.
And I'm going to go ahead and just let it kind of naturally cruise. We're going to request landing. And we'll see if we get starboard or port direction from here. There we go. Starboard. We're right over top of it, which is perfect. Let's get our indicator up where it needs to be. Cruising in at about 100, so we're going to drop the landing gear and start to slow down a bit more rapidly.
Landing gear down.
And then go belly up to really start to slow down. We go kind of some starship action there just to bring that velocity down a bit. Little rusty. We're kind of over top. Cool. Not. Ooh, yeah, we're going to touch back a little bit. Let me go forward. Ooh, control, control. Yep, it's been a little while. Slow down that descent. Because now I want to... Ah, I went all the way down. Yeah, I came in a little too fast. It's going to lift off again. At least we didn't bump anything. And drop the doors. We're going to back up and get us that angle that I displayed earlier on. And right about here should be good. We need to come off to the left. Port side a little bit. And there we go. I like it. Right there. Touchdown. Guess I need to be careful now with the doors as low as they are when I'm coming in. We got some ominous music playing right now too, which is a little nutty. But see, this is why I like this, because pretty much all the bays are going to be sort of angled towards that hangar, which, come on now. There we go. This allows you to sort of throw them out there, which is nice. And man, yeah, there's some weird floaty stuff happening with these. You can also use a ship's tractor beam. I mean, I prefer to honestly just do it this way most of the time because I still have to get out of the ship anyway. And throwing this stuff out like this, it's not fast enough to really make the difference. Now, the Taurus is a totally different monster. The tractor beam on the Taurus is incredible, and I use that as much as I possibly can. Go. Don't really care about fancy gridding. You could even just kind of toss them out halfway just to maybe speed up though. No! Come back here. Wow, that was actually not a bad catch. Oh, it's got a lot of contact. Just throw these out. Yeah, early PTU patches. They're a little... Look, see, that thing just kind of came back against me like it was fighting me. It's like there's a counteracting force. Might be hard to see in the video, but you can definitely feel it when you're trying to hit the scroll wheel. Come on, bud. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now this is only a $50,000 contract, and this is just to start to unlock the contract. So what we're going to do is a similar method to my member rank contract method. Is we're going to just see if we can find a section of contracts that kind of go to the same place. And I do intentionally want to get at least one that's going to an outpost or an external elevator location so we can see if that's working. Because these internals, again, I have had nothing but success in 4.0, 4.01, and 4.02. So, oof, weirdness, weirdness, weirdness. Keeps on counteracting my inputs. And there might even be a mission from here that's going back to Everest Harbor too, which is a way you can kind of start to make a loop. There could also be a mission from here to some of the other common ones that I go to. But that's what we're here to figure out, man. Please tell me all your stories down in the comments, whether it's on X or YouTube. You can find me on Twitch, X, and YouTube, all with Captain Deadwake, CPT_Deadwake. Links are in the description of the video. Socials linked all over the place. My streaming schedules, which I'm trying to stick to Tuesdays and Thursdays, pretty early in the morning, so not for everybody. I'm up from like 3 to 5 playing Star Citizen until I go to the gym. And then after the gym, I get to work and get all my Tesla FSD content for my other channel. So that is currently what I'm working with until I'm a good enough content creator that it pays the bills. and then there'll just be more of this. But yeah, seriously, let me know your thoughts on everything going on with the cat, the whole sea, the hauling side of life, the videos I've put out. All the feedback is much appreciated. There we go. And that is number 9. All right. Everything's gridded down. And it should be all clear here. Yep. That should complete the contract and unlock what's coming next. Sometimes after you use the tractor beam, it slows down your movement speed and you have to scroll up again to get it back. Okay, objective completed. Objective completed. Let's see if the contract moved over to history. Yep, it did. Cool. So, 36 hauling contracts now. Hell yeah, we got our rookie chain open. So, we're going to see what we can stack. I like to avoid going to the Lagrange points for the sake of just making that quick money, especially since now I really want to get to the whole sea while we're in the PTU. Alright, so I'm going to actually zoom through these. Actually, there's only 36, so it won't take long to find the ones that I want. I'm thinking Everest Harbor to Casillo, Farnsway. There we go. Farnsway and Tisa from Everest, so that's a good one. We're going to go ahead and accept that. I really, really, really hope we get a filter in our hauling contracts, because eventually, when you get up to experienced and senior and all that, you just have hundreds of contracts to sort through. Alright, let's see here. There's another one from Everest to... Oh, there's Sakura and Casillo. Okay, so we're going to do the stack. Yeah, we're going to do the stack. We're going to make sure we don't repeat... Oh, so we got Corundum, so we're going to look for the other stuff. This is my method to avoid confusion. So I think it's all the 60Ks. 61K, right? Yeah. So Silicon... Nope, that's a Lagrange point. Sakura Casillo Titanium. There we go. Stems from Tisa to Everest for 100 skew. There we go. That's something to look for. That closes our loop and gets us back to Everest Harbor. Very nice. Now, some people can brave the chance of like trying it, like 2 different contracts that both have aluminum or carbon or whatever. This is just a more efficient way to keep track of everything and to not make that mistake. Like, we're not going to grab this aluminum contract because we already have one. And I just don't want to mess with that. There's also another tungsten contract and another carbon. Ooh, actually, do we have carbon? Let's see. We got tungsten, aluminum. Yep, we do have carbon. Stems. Well, that's going from Tisa. We have quartz, titanium, corundum. So, tin and titanium might be options that we can still grab. Silicon going to Sakura. Yeah, we can do that. Usually silicon's going to one of the Lagrange points, but we'll take that. Okay, there's our 8 contracts. That's pretty much everything we're going to need there. And we're going to have to go back to Everest Harbor to collect all this, and then Tisa will collect the stuff to take back to Everest Harbor, so that creates a loop. Now, if my math is right, all of these contracts together is going to total about 481,000 credits, which is pretty good. So we'll see how long it takes. We got to get back over to Everest to load all this stuff up and get moving. Alright, now that we're coming into Everest Harbor, we can do the landing technique that I had talked about earlier in the video. I'm going to wait to crack the doors open, pull back a little bit, line up with about where those numbers are, start to drop down, doors deploy, and you'll get used to feeling this out the more you do it. And there you go. We're positioned in a really good catty-corner way, facing the loading elevator. Makes it a lot simpler. I always like to just click on the mission tab just in case, select all, move to elevator, make sure that everything is actually moved over, and then bring it up. Now, these first missions might be a little tedious because these are all like single SU or SKU boxes. It's funny, I had some people in the comments that are like, ew, don't say SKU. Let me know, guys, how many of you say SKU versus SCU? I don't care either way. I thought it was a funny comment though, so yeah, I appreciate it. But it is a bit tedious when you have all these singles versus dealing with doubles, quads, 8, 16, 24, 32, all the rest. Because, yeah, that's a lot. You know, there's a lot of crap to move here. And it can be a little time consuming, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah, for time's sake, I am going to speed through this. So I'll probably just cut to it all being loaded on the cat or showing you how I organize. Because I am going to separate these by where they're going. And full disclosure, what I like to do here, I take my phone and I'll snap pictures of where they're going, just so I can quickly reference them on my phone. That's how much I get into this space trucking life to make it easy on me. And I mean, I just enjoy this, the loading, what some might consider boring or tedious nature of it, I personally enjoy. I love this style of gameplay. So just giving you guys some of the little tips and tricks that I do. So I'll take picture of each of the missions or the materials or where they're going, kind of alphabetically, so I can zip through them real quick. And then I'll coordinate them based off of the alphabetical destination point. You know, like Kovalex being first, and then the HDCs I put together, Casio first, then Farnsway, and then Sakura, and then Tisa. So I keep that alphabetical separation to make it just easier and more organized, and it's another reason I love the Caterpillar, because I can segment those 4 bays out to that exact purpose, and I love it. Now, I think for the sake of showing you guys how I do this, I'm actually not going to shorten this part, so feel free to just fast forward through this loading process if you want to get to the drops and the rest of the video. So I'm going to make sure I get 4 SKU over here, and I'm kind of like just staging the loading process. And I'm going to do 5 SKU to Farnsway, which will be Bay 2. Casio's Bay 1, Farnsway, Sakura's Bay 3, and Tisa, our final drop, is Bay 4. I will speed through me just putting the ones I've talked about into their bays. Alright, Tisa's taken care of. Now we're going to go into Farnsway, Bay 2. I've got 3 SKU of quartz to Casio and 3 SKU to Farnsway. Now, this might seem a little crazy to some people. I totally get it. The load might be a little bit slower because of how I'm organizing this, but what's sick is that the drop-offs are so fast because I know that everything in Bay 1 can just get thrown off the ship right in there for Casio and, you know, subsequently the rest. So the loading might be a little bit more diligent, but the offloading is very fast. Okay. Now we got Corundum here. So 5 to Tisa and 5 to Farnsway. Man, Sakura is kind of neglected right now. Carbon's next. What do we got here? 4 to Casio and 3 to Tisa. Alright, so we'll go ahead and put the 3 to Tisa. Titanium next. 5 to Casio, 5 to Sakura. Oh, that's going down. And this is the last titanium. And I think that aluminum is the last bit. I believe it's all going to Sakura. Oh no, actually all 9 is going to Casio. Bay 1's going to be quite full. Alright, now that everything is roughly in the right place, I'm going to go up here and start to actually unload. Ah! Come on, come on. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright guys, we did it last box. Very tedious with single units like this. And we've had some weirdness with the tractor beam. It's a little rocky, not going to lie. That needs to be smoothed out with further PTU patches, which come pretty quickly. And for the sake of time and attention spans, we'll zip through the quantuming process. Probably get all the way up to the point where we're going into the hangar. Getting into the same bay as last time. Ooh. Gotta kick off a lot of that velocity, so I'm going belly up to slow us down a bit faster. Little trick, use that atmosphere to our advantage. Drop that landing gear down. Reorient with this. You often have to use some thrust with a Caterpillar when it comes to this full gravity situation. Alright, we should be coming in here nice and fine. Ooh, that was an interesting little hangar door blip. Drop the doors. Orient myself better for this. Get us back here. Whoop. Mitigate our decel with our thrust. And little kiss of the wall there, but hey, it's fine, it's fine. So, entered the same way I did at the beginning of the video when we were heading down to Casio, and now we don't have to worry about the delicate process of organizing everything. We can just throw all of this stuff here off the boat. But we're going to do a quick check to make sure everything is gridded properly, and then we'll drop it all down. But we have got all of Bay 1 done, and then hopefully we have nothing but green check marks on our missions readout. Looks like everything is gridded into a slot properly. Now again, this is just an 8 contract stack. I get more people, or some people will do more, which is totally fine. Okay, we're good. Check, 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 check. Haha, no issues. Confirmed. Love to see it. Love to see all green checks. Every now and then, 1 or 2 boxes gets mysteriously eaten, and you're like, all right, well, now I have to partially submit that mission. So what that ends up doing is that takes a chunk out of all 8 contracts, and now we just go through and hit the rest. So we got Farnsway, Sakura, And TISA. Should be good there. Now we can just speed offload Bay 2 and move on to the next. Yeah, I got us way closer to the ladder this time, or to the cargo elevator this time, which is nice, because I cut about, what, 15 meters off of distance, which helps this process go by faster. Really wish there was a way to just, like, hold an input down to continuously push forward versus constantly swiping this fucking scroll wheel forward, because I tell you what, that is a workout on your fingers over time if you're doing this a lot. It'd be really sweet. And if any of you guys know like a workaround to that, let me know. It'd be just really sweet if like a single input can just be extend and another input could be pull or push and pull, whatever. That would be a massive quality of life improvement for people who love to do anything with tractor beams. Ships, tractor beams, tractor rifles, handhelds. Just have a push and a pull. And then we can mitigate our taps to get our distance right versus this constant scrolling. My index finger gets tired, man. Alright, I'm done ranting. Make sure everything's gridded in nice and pretty. It's a little bit more organized than the last one. And then we just want to see that beautiful green check across the board. Oh. Missing one SKU of tungsten, so we won't submit. There's a stray SKU of tungsten not accounted for. There it is, guys. Alright. So, yep. I lost track of where they were going. That's why it's always good to double check. Now, in previous patches, too, if you had too many of an item on, it would sometimes eat it. So take your time. Make sure everything checks off across the board. Don't be too hasty. This music's intense, man. I don't mind it. But really makes you feel like some stuff's about to go down. I guess there are going to be FPS missions and such in these areas. Alright, getting our last box in for this station. Pretty sure we should be all clear, all green checks here. We will find out. We'll also check our rep before we send it down. Yep, because this is going to complete another mission. So I just want to get an idea of how much rep we're getting. So we are right about the E on Rookie right now, after completing one mission. See where we're at when we're completely done with the full loop. I do believe this will fully complete one of the contracts. And now we just head to TISA Spaceport to drop off the last bit, and then pick up the stims, which will be a rather sizable load, to take back to Aorus. Alright, doors down. Angle ourselves. Stay off the deck for a minute. Just until we get oriented with that hangar. Now this is a bit of a larger hangar, so we're going to come over here a bit more. Put ourselves even more angled this way. I get some bumps and bruises every now and then, but hey, it's a Drake boat, it can handle it. Alright, and here we are with the last box to complete the first 7 contracts. The 8th will be the final one from TISA back to Aorus. Once you're in member rank, that'll actually be the 9th contract, because the other 8 will just be dropping off to those main places. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, no issues, all complete. Now once this goes down, we'll grab the goods to take up to Aorus with us. I think it's about 106 SKU, which is good. Like, you can do everything we're doing now in Akani, Zeus, you know, some of the other boats. Cool, we got a bunch of 8 SKUs. Those are easier to load, and then a 2 SKU. So select all, move over, bring it up. So we'll look at the final rep goal, or the rep tally, once we bring this back to Aorus Harbor. Yeah! All the stims, baby. All the stims. And since these are all going to the same place, I don't really care where I throw them. But yeah, we'll zip through the loading process. I will see you guys as we head back to Aorus. Oh boy. Wasn't able to pick up these SKU. We might have a crash. Whoa! Holy cow, a 30K. It has been a while. Alright. I guess we'll see what happens. It's okay, because we were just kind of finishing up. Huh, did they drop a new update? Is that what it is? We might be out of date on here. Well, that's kind of frustrating. Alright, hang on. That's what happened. We got an update right in the middle of playing, which I guess killed our server connection. Another 4 gig update to the game. We'll see if any of this carries over. Stuff's supposed to carry over as far as, well, money and things you get in the PTU if you don't keep copying your account. If you recopy your account, like resets your PTU status. So we'll see if the rep carried over and the money as well. We should have made about 400k off of that. The last 76k was going to come from that mission from Tisa up to Aorus. Whenever there's an update like this, you in the PTU at least, you recreate your character and then you pick your home and you're kind of starting over with the other things kind of carrying along with it. So that's what we're about to find out. And all right, we are in. Let's see. Because it is totally normal. Everything is flipped around and changed. We did get our credit for the missions. Let's see if the rep carried over. And it did. And look at that. Just with that one run through, we have already blitzed through rookie and we're into junior. We probably would have gotten to probably a 4th of junior with completing that big 100 SKU order back to Aorus. So this is a fast way to get through the ranks pretty quick. It will not take me long to get to member, making the good money, and we only need another 1.4-ish million to get the whole C to playtest it in the PTU, which is my goal. But that will wrap up this video, guys. Let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. Give me all the questions and concerns or suggestions, feedback when it comes to hauling, things you might want to know, things you might want to see. I can also run these missions in the Taurus to show you what that's like. In fact, I might do that on the next time we run through, or the next video, to show you how the Taurus tractor beam works, because it's with similar cargo amounts. So you don't need a cat for this. I know it's like, oh yeah, you're doing this in a Caterpillar. I don't have a Caterpillar. You don't need a Caterpillar for this. In fact, you can rent a Taurus. I believe it's the biggest cargo ship you can rent. The Taurus is the GOAT, man. The Taurus is my most used ship, one of my favorite ships in the game, because you can do bounties with combat and everything, as well as carry a massive amount of cargo. You got 6 kind of hidden SKU in the back of the ship, aft where the snub fighter usually is, and then about 168 SKU in the cargo bay with an amazing tractor beam. So yeah, I think next video we'll show off how that works, running through these missions, trying to get to member rank and beyond, and get that whole C. So thanks, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.